How do you shelter in place when you're a full-time RVer or live a nomadic lifestyle? Today, during this live stream, we're going to take your questions to answer just that and provide you with some resources that we found that helped us find a place to shelter in place during the coronavirus COVID-19 pandemic. This video is brought to you by Storyteller Overland. Live free, explore endlessly, and tell better stories. Welcome. Miss Kate's gonna pop in for a second.
Hi!
Before we begin,
Want to let you all know that we have published a resource article on our website. The link is pinned to the comment of this video. And in there we have resources to help all of you or anyone who is having a hard time navigating the stay-at-home orders or traveling in an RV during this time. So there are links to campground closures, what's open, advocacy groups who are helping to keep campgrounds open, bathhouses open, and just maps and other resources. So check it out. And I'm gonna go and field all your questions. So see you in the chat box. How are you finding a place to rent during a pandemic when some communities are turning away visitors?
good question. Okay, so a lot of people have asked about the cabin we're staying at, and we ended up going through Airbnb. We looked at a few places across the country that we've really enjoyed spending time in and wanted to spend more time in. So as we looked, we'd just go on Airbnb. We were looking for a spot that was standalone. We wanted to have our own parking spot for our truck and camper. We wanted to have our own room. We didn't want to share a house with anyone, especially during the whole COVID-19 situation. So we found a few different places across the country, and this is the one that worked best for us. On Airbnb, and I don't know about any of the other platforms, but if you rent for 31 days or longer, you get a discount. And depending on the host, we saw discounts from 20% all the way to 40 to 50% off. So the nightly rate, like for this place, is about the same as a nightly rate at a campground. So it just made sense for us to come to a spot like this. Plus we get Wi-Fi, we have a kitchen, we have unlimited water and everything else. So that's really nice, and we're enjoying it. It's a nice way to ride out the pandemic.
Truck stops are open. Why aren't you going there for showers and laundry instead of renting a place?
Good question. So one of the things that we've been learning since this whole situation started is, unfortunately, a lot of truck stops, while they remain open so you can get fuel, they are closing kind of the community areas. So showers aren't community, but they're closing down the showers. They're closing down a lot of the restaurants and food service they have inside. And by that token, a lot of the services that we use are no longer available. I've actually been reading and trying to follow up on a few articles with truckers saying that they're having a hard time just getting food, showers, restrooms, things like that as they're going across the country. So for us, I really don't want to impede on truckers, because right now they're kind of the lifeblood of this nation, getting supplies back and forth, and the more we can stay out of their way, the better.
Why aren't you boondocking on public land?
That was something we thought about long and hard. I think the issue with that is, again, many of the services that we use have been closed. We have a shower in the camper. We could use that. The problem is we only have 20 gallons of water. So that water would actually go fairly quickly if we were showering in there on a semi-regular basis, which would mean we'd have to come into town, source water. That said, we do carry quite a bit of food. On a normal basis, we always have 30 days at least of backup food on top of everything else we already have in our camper. And right now, I would say food-wise, we're probably good through May into even June without having to go to the store, buy anything, interact with people, that sort of thing. So we're pretty much set. The only thing we haven't bought is toilet paper. So I don't get the whole toilet paper craze, but I think we'll be all right.
How long can you stay off-grid with your truck camper setup?
We haven't had a chance to really test that yet because once we got on the road, um, we really just, the pandemic started and we didn't have time to put it to the test yet. In previous rigs where we've had a similar amount of water, 20 gallons without showers will usually last us about 2 weeks. The couple times we have used the showers, like in the Storyteller Overland, who is sponsoring this, thank you guys so much. We were able to spend about 7 days off grid, and that included 2 showers for Kate and myself.
2 showers each.
Yes, 2 showers each. Thank you.
But we did have a water source.
Yes, so we were parked alongside a creek, and that's one of the reasons we love having our Berkey water filter. So we would go down to the creek, fill up a bucket with water, and basically just dump that into the Berkey, and that was our drinking water.
Can you talk more about how we're able to store 30 days worth of food? A lot of people have been asking.
Well, Kate is very good. A lot of people don't believe that we have a ton of storage in the camper. We literally can pack a ton, 1 ton, 2,000 pounds of stuff into that truck and camper. There is a lot of room. It looks small, but there are nooks and crannies all over the place. Plus, we have the entire back seat of that truck, and those full-size Fords, that back seat, you could sleep in there, stretch out. It's like a luxury car, sized area. Well, when you store a lot of dry items like rice, beans, any sort of grains, we love sardines. Those are little packages. You can put those pretty much anywhere, and you never have to worry about them going bad. So the way we do it is we store up 30 days of dry goods or canned meats, things like that. We go to the store, we buy fresh meats, fishes, things like that, vegetables, hummus, different things that can only last or stay in a refrigerator. And what we'll do is go through that stuff, we'll toss in the beans or the rice, and when we take something out of our 30-day supply, next time we go to the store, we'll restock it.
And we did mention that on the RV Safety Preparedness article.
Yes,
on our website.
On our website.
Check it out.
So we've been putting out a lot of resources on our website. As Kate mentioned in the beginning of this video, if you go down into the comments, you will see a link from where the Russos to that main article, and then we have quite a few other ones on there too.
Are you able to get outside, and is it crowded?
Yes, we can go outside. So we have a deck all around the cabin. We have, actually, hold on, let me show you. So this is the outside on our deck looking out. It is absolutely gorgeous here today. That was this morning right before the live stream. Also, the neighborhood we're in, we can walk through there. There are other people walking around, and we just kind of go on opposite sides of the street, wave, say hello, and keep going. It hasn't been crowded. We have been into town once. We haven't been planning to go into town, but out of nowhere, I got this random infection in my gum, and I had to go see a dentist. Dentists are only taking emergency patients right now, so luckily I could get in. The interesting thing was, when I showed up, I had to fill out this 1-page waiver on COVID, acknowledging the fact that there was a possibility by me going into the office I could get it, and also signing away that I hadn't been traveling on a plane, train, that sort of thing in the last 2 weeks. So luckily I was able to get in, get that taken care of. I'm all better now.
How are you staying fit? Are you exercising?
No. I'm staying fit by sitting in front of the TV.
Speak for yourself.
We have been going on walks. I'm still doing my shoulder therapy. And one cool thing about the physical therapist I was going to, they actually have this app. And whenever I need new exercises, I just call or send an email to my therapist, and they'll upload new exercises for me to do. So I've been doing a lot of strength training for my left shoulder. For those asking, it's been going really well. For those who have no idea what I'm talking about, a few months back, we were hanging out with the Storyteller Overland crew up in Tahoe at this van life event. and I took my motorcycle and decided to do a little off-roading. Well, that turned into a crash. I severely dislocated my left shoulder, and the Jeffrey from Storyteller Overland actually hopped in one of their vans and drove out to rescue me. I just put out the call. I texted everyone I knew out there, and they were the ones who got the bat signal and came to get me. So Jeffrey is the angel of van life, as some people have said. But I had reconstructive shoulder surgery, and this is actually is it the fourth or fifth one? Fourth reconstructive surgery on this shoulder, and I've had one on this shoulder. But yeah, I'm recovering well. Things are going good, and I can move it.
And Storyteller is in the chat.
Oh, cool. Hey, guys. They're really a big part of the community. For those who have been following us for a while, we've been in a few of their rigs, spent a lot of time in them. And even though we didn't buy a Storyteller, they love us regardless. They're really here for the community, and one of the reasons they're sponsoring this live stream is they're trying to uplift people like ourselves and you guys and help the community, especially now. And their motto is live free, explore endlessly, and tell better stories. They've been awesome. They've helped us out. They helped us with the leak in our camper, and we didn't even have a Storyteller, so we love those guys. They're family.
What are you doing for fun during a lockdown?
Been watching a lot of TV. We recently got into Peaky Blinders, and we're on the second season now. We're really enjoying that. Oddly enough, I went back, I pulled up Netflix, and I saw that 70s show. So I started on episode 1. I'm working my way through. We've been working quite a bit. That's not fun, but it's been keeping us busy. Kate's been doing a lot of cooking and working on her cookbook. So you guys hold her to it. She is going to publish that cookbook eventually. I've been doing some work on the truck. Right after this, I've actually got to put in 2 new alternators. It has dual alternators. One fried itself on our trip out here. That's why we're putting in a new battery. So I've got to go through and putting 2 new ones in there. And that's about it. You? Oh, Kate's been doing a lot of like yoga, qigong. I don't know.
With everything going on, someone is not sure if they should still become a full-time RVer.
Ooh, good question. This is a temporary situation. I understand a lot of people would get nervous and kind of question whether or not they should get on the road full-time. They're scared. I've heard people saying, this has really freaked me out. I don't know if I want to go through with this lifestyle. The thing is, I think regardless of what you do, where you live, how you live, you're always going to run into situations that are going to test kind of your wits, so to speak. And we all have to go through stuff. You could live down in Florida and have to deal with a hurricane and leave the state, Louisiana, the Gulf states. You could be in California. I've lived through many earthquakes in Los Angeles, and there are people who leave the state after an earthquake because they're like, I never want to do this again. Think through it. Be practical about it, pragmatic, and kind of ask yourself, why are you questioning this? Is it really because of COVID? Are you nervous about other things with the RV life? And maybe just put it on hold. Wait until everything is blown over and reevaluate once that happens. So that's my best advice.
And I would recommend they check out our RV safety preparedness article, because we talk about some of those challenges, like the tornado warning that we went through.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can find that on our website. Just go to we'retherussos.com, type in RV safety, you'll find it. And there are plenty of other resources. You can go up to the what's new and you'll find it there. What else?
Are you rethinking your choice not to have a home base with everything that's going on?
We hit the road in 2015. When we did, we had a house, and we had sold that house. We sold our cars, all but our Jeep that we towed behind us. And we haven't had a home base since. Whenever you have seen us in a house or when we filmed stuff in a driveway, that's actually my mother's house. We've also spent time at Kate's parents' house with friends, family. So we don't have our own place besides the camper. For the past year or so, we've been talking about trying to find a piece of land or some property that we can use as a base of operations that, we still want to travel full time, have the camper and everything, but if we want to take some time off, we can go out to our land, hunker down, relax, get some work done, and then go back out. Excuse me. Also, we want to have it for friends. So a lot of our friends are full-time RVers or just travelers and have a place where they can go and they can hang out as well. So yes, that's been on our list. It's kind of reinforced our idea to get a piece of land. And that's also one of the reasons why we've decided to hunker down in an area we really like, so we can get a better feel for it and understanding about the area before we start shopping for land.
Okay. So, I have a super huge favor to ask of all of you. You'll see in the little ticker, we have our Instagram handle because I am desperately trying to get to 10,000 followers on our Instagram page. And we get this really cool swipe up feature once we hit it. So, I would so appreciate it if all of you could just go over to Instagram, give us a follow at We're the Russos. And when we hit 10,000, we're actually going to do a really cool giveaway, which I haven't even told Joe about. So please help us out. I would really appreciate it.
I have a feeling that giveaway involves me. That's why she hasn't told me yet.
I can't say till we get to 10,000.
And I've noticed a few questions in the chat box about my motorcycle. So yes, I still have the motorcycle. Yes. We're still planning on bringing it with us. We're rethinking things a little bit. We want to do more overlanding, off-roading, and having a motorcycle hanging off the back of a truck doesn't really lend itself well to that. Hold on, merch. So we have a We're the Russos t-shirt. A lot of people were asking when my mom checked out our camper for the first time, and she said, she was asking me like, where's your sink? Where's your this? And then she said, where's your washer and dryer? People love that. They found it hilarious. So we made a shirt. For those watching later, we'll put it in the description below. We'll put on Teespring. Our store is We're the Russos. And you can find this shirt. We have Team Russos. And then we have this cool outline that we did of our truck camper with a washer and dryer on top. So check that out. And actually, we didn't do it. So we had a designer, Kat. If you're watching this, you're awesome. And she is actually the one who's been editing a lot of our videos. So she is a member of the We're the Russos team now, and we absolutely love her. So everyone say thank you to Kat.
Are you planning any modifications to the camper?
Yes. I think.
Upcoming video, we're going to do a mod.
We are. So we're going to be doing a walkthrough video, complete walkthrough of the camper. We'll mention the truck. A lot of people have been asking about the modifications that have been done to the truck, which are quite extensive. So we're going to have a video just of the truck and what's been done to it. And then I think a future video we'll do something on the modifications we do to the camper. It's one of those that I think it will evolve over time. And I think the only thing we've really done to it so far is put L tracks. If you don't know what those are, they're like these tracks where you can lock different accessories in. We put a few of those around the camper. That's really about it so far. We're still trying to find our way through the camper. We've gotten really comfortable with it, and we think we've established where everything goes, and we're starting to get into a routine. And then once that happens, then we can start making modifications, because you really don't want to modify your camper until you've had a chance to live in it a bit and know what you want to change or what you want to do to it.
We just got a super chat. Are you
able
to pull it up?
Yes, I have it. Oren, have a cup of coffee on me. Absolutely. Thank you. Yes. So Oren, perfect timing, because I'm getting low on coffee. And one of my favorite roasters, who is based out in Los Angeles, it's called Demitas Cafe. They have some of the most amazing beans. And for those who just want an awesome experience, we were on their website last night. They released a small batch Costa Rican. And for those who have never tried it, Costa Rican tends to be very chocolatey. It's almost like having a hot chocolate in a coffee. And if you brew it right, oh man, that stuff is good. So I'm going to, Oren, with that $20, I'm going to be putting in an order right after this live stream. Thank you.
And let everyone know about your Sunday Cup of Joe on Instagram.
Yes. So to help Kate get to her 10,000, whenever I wake up on a Sunday, she pushes me to get my coffee made and then sit in front of this fireplace with it on, of course, and just chat to people on Instagram Live. I think this past Sunday we were live for almost half an hour. So similar to this, but a little more casual, just throw out the questions, talk about whatever, and have some coffee with me in the morning. So to close this out, Kate and I want to say another big thank you to our sponsor, Storyteller Overland. Those guys are awesome. You can check them out at storytelleroverland.com. Also, if you happen to go on Instagram to give us a follow, give them one as well. They've been doing a lot of good things for this community. So please say thank you to them from us. So thank you guys so much. We will see you next time. Bye.
Bye. Take care, everyone.